if you're here, please drop a comment. Sorry, we're like a minute late. We were having some technical difficulties. Surprise, it's just me. Just kidding. Lauren is producing today, and she's gonna mic up so she can actually talk to you guys. But Sadie is out sick today, so Lauren's gonna be producing for her, but you guys get to hang out with me. We're gonna be doing some glass etching, or I guess mirror etching if you want to call it. But can we get the YouTube comments?
Yeah, we
so
can.
I can see like what y'all are saying to me. It feels weird for me to like talk to myself, you know. If you guys are hearing the, oh, okay, I see you guys.
There you go.
Hi.
I'm here now.
Lauren's here. Hey, Lauren. Oh my gosh, happy Wednesday. How's everybody's day going? We're having like the rainiest. It's not gloomy. It's been kind of cozy today. Like me and Lauren are both in like sweatshirts all morning, and it's been pretty relaxing. We've just been taking it easy. So I'm just gonna let everybody kind of hop in. Welcome to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. If this is your first live, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you're notified every time that we live stream, which is typically on Wednesdays. Sometimes we will go live randomly on other days if we're feeling wild and crazy.
You know, I didn't realize that Tanner went live last night.
I know. I was like on my personal YouTube and I was like, is Tanner live streaming right in this moment?
Right this very minute?
Tanner's comfort zone is live streaming, I think. It's like his security blanket. So
yep.
He loves a good live stream, and we do too. So yes, oh, Shuri would not wish the flu on anybody. Listen, there was a stomach bug going around for a second, and I was like crossing my fingers that I didn't get it. I hate the stomach bug. I have a fear of it, honestly.
Your mic, it's like touching your neck.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I just now heard that.
Can you hear me now?
That's so much better.
Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sim said that she had no idea either.
She didn't know that he went live either. He likes to spring it on us like that. I love it. So I guess I should show you guys what we're making today. There was a picture in the thumbnail, but I've done two variations, and we're actually going to be etching on a different shape mirror. So the thumbnail had like an octagon mirror, which I have. I'll show you guys. This is so stinking cute. And sorry if there's any weird reflections. When you get a mirror and there's like all this crazy lighting, it can be a lot. But this was the one that you all seen in the thumbnail. And then this is an alternative version using a Walmart dollar spot mirror. Y'all, we have so many, we bought like a bunch of these mirrors, these little arched, you all call them headstones. I use it for a wedding thing.
Your mic is turned to your neck again.
Oh my gosh, you
it's
guys.
like it muffles really
Hold
bad.
on, let me fix my mic so you guys can hear what the heck I'm saying. But we did that headstone shape. I call it an arch, but like, y'all were like, that's a bad juju, because I was doing it on like a wedding koozie and it looked like a headstone.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
So anyways, I have two options here, and this is what we're going to be making today. And we're actually going to be using a PNG file to cut this stencil. And so you all are going to get to see how to use PNGs when you really want to use an image as a cut file. So PNGs are typically for like print and cut images, or just like if you're doing printable, like printable vinyl projects for stickers and things like that, you're going to use a PNG. Also, I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm 22 weeks pregnant.
A little bit out of breath and a lot pregnant.
Yeah, so I'll get a little winded. I remember like before everyone knew, and I was filming videos in first trimester, y'all, I was so out of breath. Our video editor would have to edit out my breaths. I was like, at this second, can you like crop out me breathing hard? Because it sounds so bad. Oh man, but I'm better. I should be taking more iron pills, but here we are. So anyways, let's go overhead. I'm gonna show you guys all the supplies you need. So like I was just saying, we've got this super cute tombstone chic.
Tombstone chic.
That's not funny.
Arches.
That's awful. Yeah, these are little arches. These little archy mirrors. This is from the Walmart dollar spot a couple of months ago though. So I did not link this because I could not find it. I don't know that they even sell their dollar spot stuff online. But you all can totally do this project on any mirrored surface. So we're going to be using this little mirror today. And then I've got some tape. I've got some gloves. I have a measuring tape. This is our this is the party right here, the armor etch. This is like the star of the show. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can really see it.
Right now would be a great time to take a screenshot if you want to keep this,
Yes.
figure out, order this later.
Yeah, this is like the thing you're going to need, the main ingredient, if you will. So this is Armor Etch. It's a glass etching cream. This is like a burning material, like it's a chemical material. So you've obviously got to have proper PPE, like safety glasses, gloves, whatever you're comfortable with. And there are disclaimers like on the back and stuff. So make sure you all are reading this very well before you actually go in to use this. We've used it a lot and we use it often, so we know what we're comfortable with, but just a little disclaimer for the beginning. And then I've got a standard grit mat. I have some paint brushes, which you only need one. I like the brush on this one, but the stick is like 17 foot long. Why? Listen, I thought
it was a straw there for a minute.
Did you?
I did.
I used to be a painter and I would not buy brushes like this. You will literally poke your eye out, okay? So I got this one. It's littler.
Smaller.
It's smaller. And I thought, well, you know, just whatever you have laying around, honestly. You can rinse this armor etch out of the paintbrush and like it's fine. It's not going to mess up whatever paintbrush you use. It just rinses out. And then I've got some transfer tape, and then this is the Star Mask stencil vinyl. So this is the mint green color, and normally I use the mint green. They do have a yellow. Honestly, y'all, you could use removable vinyl for this project. Like it's going to be just fine. I just use stencil vinyl if I'm making a stencil. It's just my go-to. And you're obviously going to need a Cricut maker or an Explorer or some kind of die cutting machine. You really don't even need a Cricut technically. If it can cut SVGs or even like a silhouette can cut PNGs like an SVG. So any die cutting machine that can cut vinyl is going to be your best bet. So does anybody have any questions so far? This is your chance.
Not so far, but there is one thing that I feel like we need to touch on that I don't think we have.
Yes.
And that is our deals week.
Let's talk about it because it's like a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yes. So if you don't get our emails, first of all, you guys need to get on our email list because we send out deals like pretty consistently.
Yeah.
So all week, I guess it started on Sunday or Monday, started on Monday. And every day this week, we are doing a different deal for different courses that we offer.
Only for 24 hours for that course.
Right.
So like, for example, Inner Circle, we keep the doors closed. And then there was one day this week, was it yesterday or is it coming up?
Which one?
Inner Circle.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyway.
I get my days mixed up, but I know what today is.
Today is
Sublimation.
Yes.
So we were going to actually do a sublimation craft with you all, but you know, it was like a really lengthy craft, and I was like, that's going to be a filmed video. But if you guys are not familiar with sublimation, we do a lot of sublimation on the channel. If you don't know what it is, just type in your search bar after this video, Maker's going to learn sublimation, and just watch a tutorial and your mind will be blown. So it's like a process where basically you print out like a beautiful image, and it prints using sublimation ink, which is an ink that turns to a gas when it's heated up and applied with pressure. And it just basically prints a beautiful exact image of whatever you printed. So that's like a really elementary version of what it is. But we have a course where we teach you all the printers you need and all the different techniques and all the things about sublimation. It comes with sublimation files. I think we have 200 or more currently in our sublimation library, which is amazing.
200 plus, and we're actually going to be adding in more.
Yes, and y'all, when we first started the sublimation course, we were not going to add any, but we have decided to add more because we love you guys, and that's what you wanted. So Lauren pinned a link to the top of the chat box. If you all already know what sublimation is and you've been waiting for the deal for sublimation course to go on special, today's the day. And I want to say it's like $70 off, which is like really good. No code needed. Just click that link and then you can go through, and you can actually do it in payments if you want to set up like a 2-part payment, which makes it like way easier. So
yes.
Christine says, is Maker U included? No, that is a separate course. And I'm wondering,
I'm asking Sin, and she may be in the comments, if Maker U is going on this week, because I don't remember. Inner Circle was yesterday.
Okay. I feel like Maker U may have been on the list, but we'll let you know, Christine, for sure.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and jump into Design Space, like into the design portion of this. We need to get our file from the Maker's Gonna Learn website, so we'll go to the share screen. And I am just on the Maker's Gonna Learn website. So this is the makersgonnalearn.com. These are the cut files that we have. Y'all, we have thousands of cut files. And you can see they're all so cute. We just got some new ones last week. And I have just searched for floral. Now, I'm wanting to use a specific floral pattern. This is the one that I used on the 2 mirrors that I already showed you all. And I'm going to show you how I took this image and put it into Design Space so that we could cut it. Because right now when we download this, if you hit this little down arrow, that's going to download your image. It's going to pull it into a zip folder. And you can see right here, it's just a PNG image. So if you're familiar at all, PNG images are usually for print then cut, or like printable vinyl. Anything that you're printing is a PNG. So P for print, typically.
I mean, it stands for Portable Network Graphic, but that is a really, really good way to remember. If it's a print and cut file, it's the PNG.
Yeah, listen, I don't be telling y'all technical terms because I don't remember stuff like that. And I went to school for graphic arts, and I don't remember all the things. But I know that P is for print. So if I see a PNG, I'm like, that's a printable image. I'm not going to use that for my cuts. So you can kind of do a workaround though, because I really, really love this floral image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open Design Space, and we're going to go to our upload section over here on the left side. So if you're ever wanting to upload an image to Design Space, that's where you're going to need to live. And then we're going to upload our image here. Okay. I'm just going to pull up my Finder. So I'm just going to go find this file where we just downloaded it. And all I'm going to do is click and drag this into Design Space. Okay, so we're here. I always select complex. This just technically removes the background. This image comes in without a background, and the reason I know that is because there's a checkered pattern behind it. That means there's no background. That's like the standard. And then I'm going to select continue. Okay, and then I don't need to do anything on this page. I can preview the cut image, and this is what it's going to look like as an SVG. And so you can see when we turn it into an SVG, all those beautiful colors disappear. Because when it's a cut image, you're only going to get the outline of the image shown. So we're only going to be getting the outline of this. And I can zoom in so you guys can see better. So this is the cutting image, and then if I turn off that, you can see that all of this is in different colors. That's because this is our printable image, but we are just going to be using this cutting image because we're using a stencil for the etching cream. And then I'm just going to hit apply and continue. And then when you get to this screen, we want to use the cut image because we're just cutting. And then I'm going to select upload. Okay. And we're going to add it to our canvas. And there she is. She's gigantic. Let's go ahead and shrink her down to like 10 inches so you guys can see what the heck's going on. Does anyone have questions about that portion? Anybody?
Not as of right now, but
okay.
While we have a little bit of a break, just so everyone knows, if you're not in the chats, Sin did say that tomorrow is Maker U for 24 hours. Friday is Make-a-thon. Is on sale. And then she said, shh, don't tell anyone I told you this, but be sure to check your email again on Saturday.
Oh, so the lucky few that are here, check your email on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Ooh, Maker U or Make-a-thon? I can't decide. That's a hard one.
That's a very hard one. I don't know, because it's kind of one of those things that Maker U is a self-pay, so I like that. I love that about it, and it's a lot of advanced projects.
It is,
but Make-a-thon, you get to be with everybody and chat with people, and we make together, and it was such a good time last year.
Yeah,
and it's a one-day event, so I don't know. Sin says both.
Both.
Yeah.
If you can't decide, just get both while they're on sale.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our image in Design Space ready to go. The next thing that we need to do is measure our blank. So before I go and do anything, here we go. Okay, let's go overhead. We're gonna measure this little guy, and I'm gonna get a pen.
That looks so funny. Like the mirror is directly in front of the camera, so like I'm seeing the camera in the reflection of the mirror.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, that's just how it's gonna be if we're using mirrors. Okay, I'm gonna just measure the width. So we're getting like 4. I really only need to measure like the mirror portion. So like 4.5. Okay, and then, aren't you guys proud of me for measuring?
Oh, I am.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. And then this one is like 7 1/8.
Just do 7 1/4.
Yeah, we don't like an 1/8 as a decimal point. No, thank you. Okay, so let's go back into Design Space. And now if you have a weird shape, which I have a weird shape, but Cricut offers me this shape in Design Space, which is really cool. So you can see right here in your basic shapes, this little pennant shape. They're calling it a pennant. That's okay. You know, call it what you want. This is the shape that we're using. I'm gonna actually flip this so it's up, right side up. I am gonna use this shape because that's the exact shape of what I'm using today currently. But if you were using something like, I don't know, like a shape that didn't exist over here, measure to the widest point on the width and the height. So that way you know that your stencil is going to completely cover your entire piece. That's the main thing. So really technically I could just go in here with like a square that was a little bit bigger than our measurements, and I could cut the stencil out that way. So you don't necessarily have to have this shape over here in order to do this technique. So for this size mirror, we are going to, I'm going to unlock my shape up here between the sizes. And then for our width, we're going to put in 4.5. And for our height, we're going to put in 7 1/4. Okay, so it looks a little smallish, which is fine. And I'm going to change this to a guide. So up here, there's this little operations drop-down menu. I'm just going to turn it to a guide. This basically just puts a red line around everything so we can see behind and in front of our image. Now, let me put these two side by side again for you all. I want to show you what I've done here. So I did this one much smaller. The flowers are much smaller. I did this one much bigger. And so it's going to vary depending on how big you scale up your design. And it's going to be personal preference. I'm actually going to scale it up a little bit bigger than this today so you all can kind of get like a medium in between this one and this one. So back in Design Space, let me put these down. I am going to basically size this image, and I'm going to zoom out. Whoa, not that much. I'm going to size this image big, 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 because I'm wanting to have like maybe one, you can see where my red line is, so I can see what's going to fit inside of that red line. I'm not wanting to do a whole lot, and you can use any part of this image as well. So like I could use this bottom corner if I wanted to, whichever part you love more. I kind of love this little bottom area right here. Okay. So can you all see, I'm going to zoom back in. You can see where this red line is around it. And then we have our image. Now, what I'm going to do next, before I do this, before I slice out what I want, I'm going to duplicate my pennant. Okay, so just click on it in the layers panel. And then there's a duplicate button right here. We're going to duplicate that. And just let this sit over here to the side for a second. And then what I'm going to do is select the floral pattern in that first little arch that we did, and we're just going to slice this out. Okay? And then we're just going to get rid of all of the parts that we don't want. Look, and we're just left with that. Beautiful, right?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, so I've got a clean line. You see where there's like emptiness right here? I want a clean line around all of this. So that's why I duplicated our little guy over here. I am going to turn this back into a basic cut. And then we're going to line these up. I'm gonna center them, go to align and center. And then we can slice this again. I want to show you guys what happened here. Okay, can you see the difference? You see what I'm saying? So you're still gonna have a little bit of an edge right here. Like whenever we go to weed this, it'll make a little bit more sense to you all. But I wanted to make sure that the basic big edges here were cut because it makes it a lot easier for us when we actually go to weed. I hope that makes sense to everybody why I did that. So you can get rid of all this extra stuff. This is all we really need. Look, we've got some extra up here too.
I think it's going to make more sense when everyone sees you like weeded out.
I know. That's what I think is going to happen too. Because the stencil's very backwards in your brain, and it is backwards in my brain as well. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm just going to go make it. And then you can see this is my image right here. And then we're going to select continue. We are not using a Cricut Joy today. We need to turn our machine on. So make sure your Cricut's on, very importante. Make sure it's plugged in. We're not even plugged in. Oh no. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Hold please.
Hold please. Okay. There she goes. While that is turning on, we can go ahead and get our vinyl ready. So I'm just using a standard grit matte today. And I've got our stencil vinyl. I'm just gonna line this up, okay? And grab a burnishing tool. Just wanna make sure this is down really well because this is a detailed cut. And I'm gonna cut off the excess. If I can find some scissors or an X-Acto knife. You all would be amazed at how often we lose scissors and X-Acto knives in here. Do you see scissors over there, Lauren? I just need something sharp.
Give me 2 seconds. We're just going to stay overhead and I'll go grab you some.
Okay. So I'm just going to cut off, I'm just going to cut off this excess on the vinyl because we don't want this little flappy piece. We don't want that getting stuck in the Cricut. So we're going to cut that off. Thank you. Okay. I know a lot of people use paper trimmers, you know, to each their own. And then just make sure that edge is burnished down really well. Okay. And then my machine is connected now in Design Space. So we're using an Explore 3 today. And I am going to cut this on, we've got a stencil vinyl cut setting. So go to Browse All Materials. We're going to type in stencil. And I'm just using stencil vinyl. And done. And you don't need to change the pressure, nothing like that. And then we're going to go ahead and load this into the Cricut. Okay, I haven't even looked at the comments. So if you guys had any questions that we missed or that you're wondering about, go ahead and put those in the chat box. I would love to answer them. Lauren is addressing some sublimation stuff, I think, currently.
Yeah. Make sure, I just made a comment, but if you just want to send all of your info with pictures to Hat Maker's Gonna Learn, tell them to send it to Lauren. I will get to you and personally help you in via email.
Yes. Listen, if customer service doesn't know the answer, they will send it to us and we'll
Liz says, I'm
it.
trying to sign up for the sublimation course. I'm a yearly member and it won't let me sign up. Let me drop this link again.
Yeah.
Try it one more time. Let me click this link and make sure it's working for me.
Yes.
The link is working. Sign me up. If you're having issues and it's not letting you purchase that, as always, you can email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and they will help you if it's not going through. So I'm going to drop that.
Yes. And Jennifer said she would do a single rose and it would look like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that was very cute.
That's a great idea. you need to go get some of these mirrors and do that. I think that is so cute. Or do we have any other like Disney people in here? I'm a Disney girl. I love Disney. I texted some of our friends this week. Okay, I was just making sure you guys could hear me. And I was like, we should plan a Disney trip for 2025, which sounds crazy. But I'll only have like a 6-month-old next summer, so, or like 6 or 7, not old enough to take to Disney. But I feel like the next year, all of our kids will be in a good age. So like my husband's friends, all of his 5 best buddies, all of the wives got pregnant at the same time with our firstborn children. And some of them were on their second. So we like all can plan vacations together, which is really convenient for us. You know, there's like automatically a friend group. So it's pretty nice. I love Winnie the Pooh. Lorraine works for Disney. What do you do? Tell us your job. Are you a Disney princess? That's immediately, if somebody says they work for Disney, I'm like, you're a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Immediately. Daisy's a Disney girl too. I love it. So fun. So this won't take super long to cut out. I can see it's cutting pretty good already. I'm going to go ahead, and if you have your mirror ready, make sure to clean it. Listen, you guys, I don't know what happened to the Windex. If you see streaks on my mirror, just look away because it's streaky. I tried to clean it with alcohol, tried to clean it with some other cleaning substances, and it's still streaky. So there's that. I don't know what happened to the Windex here. But make sure you clean it really good. And then I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to have to weed all this. So I don't want to really get all my other stuff out yet. We're going to weed this first. And then you're going to need your transfer tape. So go ahead and get your transfer tape ready. I'm just going to cut out a little piece of this that's going to be big enough to cover our design. So nothing too crazy. Y'all, yesterday we went to Lauren's old stomping grounds.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Well, we didn't go, so Carson Newman, if you guys are from the area, we did a 4-H camp. So Lauren used to work for UT for 4-H, right?
Yes.
And so she worked with kids, and they did this thing called fashion camp. It's now called what?
Creative design.
Okay.
Creative design
These
camp
kids
now.
were so cute. I'm obsessed. Like the age group, the middle school to high school age group is like my favorite. I don't know. I just feel like they're so influenced at that age, and they want to know what you have to say. And I know they can start getting sassy in high school, but the middle schoolers, they're my heart and soul. I love them so much.
Yep.
They were precious. So I'm just cutting out this little area. But what I was saying is yesterday we went and we took Cricuts and taught them how to use Cricuts, and we showed them what it was. And it was we made cups. It was so cute. It was really fun. I had fun. It was a little chaotic, but really fun. So
a little chaotic. I'm pretty sure I was afraid when you left there. I'm like, Alicia's never going to speak to me again.
No, we had a couple tense moments, but we made it through. It was we had 3 classes in the first round. We were just figuring it out, figuring the vibe out. And the second one was a little bit better. And the third one, we were all right, let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, everybody, you know what a Cricut is? Okay, let's go. If we don't need to explain it, that's fine with us too. So anyways, it was really fun though. Okay, I'm gonna start weeding all this because it's kind of detailed. So with a stencil, you're gonna wanna weed out everything that you want etched. So take your time. With these flowers, we wanna keep the middles of the flowers. So I'm going to be very careful when removing stuff, and I'm going to move this keyboard out of the way. Okay. So we're just going to start weeding out anything that we want to show up on our mirror. Now you could totally do this the opposite way, and weed out everything else. But whatever your heart desires. This is your crafty project.
We're just giving you the tools to create something that you want.
Right. We're just showing you the technique, and then you can go and make it your own. Okie dokie. So some of these middles, and you might lose with this design, you can potentially lose some of the middles of these, but just take your time. Okay.
And if you do lose some of the middles, it's not like it's the end of the world.
No, it is what it is. And you can go ahead and remove this right here.
This right here, what you're fixing to remove, is really going to show them why it was important to take that basic shape and slice that other thing into the basic shape. Like slice your design into the basic shape.
Right. And so you guys can see right here what's going on. So it's just going to go all the way around the edge, and you can see it comes up into it a little bit on some of those flowers. So just go really slow so you don't lose any pieces. Like I said, you may lose some of the middles of those flowers, but the bigger ones you probably won't have an issue with. Okay, beautiful. And then I've probably got a few more little things I need to weed. Sometimes you got to get in an angle so you can see what is cut. And if you need to, you can refer back to Design Space. That'll help you as well. Okay. I feel like I'm missing some. Here we go. Okay, let me see. Is that all? I think we got them all.
I think so.
Oh,
I don't think there was a, oh.
There's one more. Okay. This is so cute. I love this pattern, y'all. And we have lots of cute little floral patterns that you can use. Other than this one, we have like some tulips and there's a bunch. There's a bunch you can use. Okay. And this would be cute for like, imagine a wedding shower and like a big version of this mirror. Like etching with some pretty fonts.
And then taking a paint marker and writing over top of it.
Yes. Bougie. Bougie. That would be really cute.
That would be so cute.
I should use that.
I wonder how a paint marker would write over etched glass.
I don't know. I would probably use the marker more to like accent the etching.
Oh,
so like maybe do like some flowers drawn around the etched names, or like even do some like filigree around the words maybe. I don't
Etch the names in there and then like outline it with a paint marker and then like paint.
Yes, that would be really cute.
Oh my gosh.
We've got to make it.
We need to do that for your baby shower.
Oh yeah, we should. We can.
Let's
Sign me
do
up.
it. Okay.
Okay, so here's my design. I've got my transfer vinyl, so I just removed the backing off of my transfer sheet. I'm gonna lay this in here, and let me just flip this over and kind of bend it because it's a little, I'm just trying to flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to apply this using the taco method, so we're bending it up in the middle, and then we're applying it down. It's kind of important, not kind of, it's very important, whenever you're making stencils, that your application of your transfer tape is really smooth, because if you apply your vinyl to your blank and it's not super flat, you're gonna have issues with the things like the etching cream seeping under your stencil. So you really wanna be conscious whenever you're applying the transfer tape so that it goes on really well. And then, are we centered there?
Yeah, I see the camera.
Hello. And then I'm just going to remove this backer. Okay. And then we are going to line this up on here as well as we possibly can. Okay. So I like to use this bottom as a guide because there's a corner here. I wasn't breathing. Okay. I was holding my breath. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in here and I am going to burnish this all down as good as I can. And it will raise up a little bit on the edges. That is fine. I just kind of go in with my burnishing tool and just kind of push it in there as much as I can. That way it's nice and flush. And then I've got some painter's tape I'm gonna take and cover up the edges of our mirror. Now, I made the mistake the first time and did not do this, and it really did not, like, it didn't really etch on my frame. But if you're really wanting to be be aware of like everything that's etching, you wanna be careful, make sure you tape off anything you don't want etched, because there's no telling what this is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna remove all this, being very careful, especially around the edges, because where it's kind of raised, it doesn't want to stick sometimes. Okay, and just work your way up. If you need to, you can cut off this excess transfer tape as you're pulling it off. It's raining hard, y'all. I can hear the rain in the studio.
Oh, I see it now. Because you can't hear it over the mics.
Yeah, it's been raining. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. And then I'm going to put my PPE on. This is the time. Put your gloves on, put your glasses on.
Are you going to put your painter's tape on first?
Yes, I am. I'm glad you said that. Because y'all, do not put gloves on and try to put painter's tape or anything sticky on anywhere with gloves on. Okay, so I'm just going to tape off these edges. That way we don't accidentally etch anything. Just line it up as close as you can. Is my big old head blocking it?
Nope, it's good.
It's good. Okay, and then that bottom edge. Like this right here, I'm not really going to be etching that, so I'm not as concerned over there. But these longer edges that I can put a big piece of tape on, I'm going to cover. Just kind of press it down, that way it doesn't seep. And then like this edge, I know I'm going to be putting a lot of cream there, so I'm going to cover that edge for sure. Even just that little area. Okay. And then if you wanted to be meticulous, you could go in there and cover those, but it's okay. It's fine. Those are like the main areas. And so I've got my etching cream ready. Put your PPE on. You can gloves, glasses, apron, I don't know, whatever your heart desires.
Yeah.
Whatever tickles your fancy. And then I'm going to open this up. Okay. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'll show you guys. I am not using that long paintbrush. So it's just like a white creamy, it looks like Mod Podge or glue or something. And that's honestly, it's the same texture. And so what we're gonna do now, first of all, before you go in, make sure that there are no bubbles visible. Just brush them down with your hand if you see any bubbles, especially around the edges of your design, because you wanna make sure it's not gonna seep. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in and we're gonna start applying this. Don't be shy. Just get in there and get it on.
Do not be shy with this.
Yeah, like be generous. We'll take it on.
Because the cool thing about Armor Etch is if you have extra, you don't have to wash it off. Like you don't have to, you can take, once it has set for the amount of time that it needs to sit, you can actually take your paintbrush and take all of this excess and put it back in the bottle to reuse again, in case you didn't know.
I didn't know that.
You did?
No, I just rinse it off.
Oh, I normally like glob it on to make sure I cover everything and leave it on there, and then I'll just take my paintbrush and scoop it back up and put it back in there.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know for our resourceful crafters out there.
Because y'all know we like to save a penny around here.
We do. That's very true. I just didn't know you could even do that.
Yep.
Heck. Well, there you go. And I don't know if you're supposed to wear it doesn't say that you're supposed to wear a mask or anything, but if you're curious about the smell, it smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
Like if you
sulfur.
Almost like if you left the deviled egg out for a couple days on your counter after Easter or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Yeah, like a sulfur, like a very sulfuric smell.
Yes, it is very much. And so the bottle's going to tell you to leave this on for like 5 minutes. It's wrong. You need to leave it on here for like 10 to 15 minutes. Now, that's earlier when I was...
Actually, you said on the bottle, the last time we did this, right? You said you left it on for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Let's see I did whatever it said. Let's look.
I'm pretty sure it says 2 to 3 minutes.
Hold on. Apply any armor stencil to a clean, dry, etchable glass object. Brush on a thick layer. Wait 1 to 3 minutes. So I think I did it 3 minutes last time.
3 minutes. I did it didn't turn out as smooth.
Yes, so this is 3 minutes.
But I think 15 minutes is a little overkill. I think I did between 7 to 10.
This is like a 7 to 10 result. This is a 3-minute result. Can you guys tell the difference? I actually still love this because it looks antique.
Yes.
But if you want like a really solid etch, like if you're going for a really clean cut professional look, you're going to want to leave this on like 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes, I would say.
Cheryl asked a good question. How long can you keep Armor Etch and use it? I have some and I don't know how long I've had it. As long as it's still like thin enough to liquidy enough. We had some that was like starting to get very thick and like just
unusable.
Clumpy. That's when I would throw it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know exactly how long we had it, but it started getting like really clumpy. At that point, I would throw it out. But if it's thinner, then you're good to go.
Yeah. And you can always test it on like something old or.
Absolutely.
And so if you all are looking for any of the ingredients that we're using today, I've linked everything in the description for you all. You won't find these arched mirrors there like I was saying before, but I did link the hexagon mirror. So you all can definitely do that one. It's very cute. It's from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has a bunch of cute little blank mirrors.
Yes.
Like the little shelf sitter size mirrors.
Uh-huh.
They're super cute. So what time is it, Lauren?
It is now 2:12.
Okay.
Would you like for me to set a timer on my phone?
Sure.
Okay.
Does anyone have questions? It is question hour or question minutes.
So
10 minutes of questions.
Okay. The last time I used my timer was 5 minutes, and the last time it was set to 5 minutes, and the last time I used my timer was when I etched that beer stein.
Oh, and it worked good?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do 5 minutes.
Okay.
Start.
We're going to do 5 minutes. So I showed you all the long, when you wait for the long haul, and then I showed you all the directions amount of time. So we'll do it for 5, which is like a good in between. And just make sure all of your areas are covered. I feel like that looks pretty.
Sin says, would I be crazy to do this on a floor length mirror?
No, you should definitely do that.
Yes, but make sure that you would need, I would, honestly, depending on how large the mirror is, I don't know that I wouldn't cut like one flower out of like a 12 by 12 square and place them kind of where I want them.
Yeah, that'd be cute. I want to etch a mirror. I want to etch a big mirror.
Yes.
I'm going to get one for the baby shower.
Where it's
we could put the baby's name on it. I can use it in her nursery or something.
And you could like paint flowers outside the name.
Yes, I love it. Yes, love it. Okay, any questions? When working with wet items like this, I always work top to bottom because I'm so messy and rub my forearms through it. Donna, that is great advice. I should take that advice more often. You would think I would know that, actually, considering how much I've painted. I worked at this place, and it was called Me & Co. If you're in Knoxville, then you may have heard of it. It's like we did lots of sorority items. You know, like you were in a sorority, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they do like the paddles and like shirts, and like now they do like the skirts that are painted and like the shirts that are painted with their school name on it and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So anyways, I worked at a place.
We didn't do it. We didn't do those, but I have seen them.
You've seen people do them.
Yes.
Well, so we did like that. We did custom like piggy banks for babies. Literally any type of custom hand painted name we did. And I learned quickly, and I'm a lefty, so I have to really plan out in my brain the direction of when I'm going to paint and apply stuff, because you know, you write from left to right. So if you're left-handed, you're going to write right across, but I'm using paint markers, so I had to learn how to like draw with my hand up off of the thing, and it was a learning curve. So yeah, you would think I would know.
Donna says, is there a way to lightly stain a color, like blush the color into the etching? So you can use
Rub and buff.
But just know that if you do use rub and buff, it is not I don't know how to say this, like it works well, but it's not
pigmented.
It doesn't have a lot of longevity, and it's not super, super pigmented.
Like not on something you're going to be washing a lot.
Yes.
Like if you were doing it on a mirror.
Decorative piece, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
A mug that you're going to be washing, no.
I wouldn't do it. I don't even think it's like safe to do that. I don't think you can do that.
Because I had and now I've seen people like, I've seen other crafters that have like painted over etching, but at the same time, like my thing is, what's the purpose if you're taking a paint pen and like going over the etching?
Right.
Now, if you like just highlighted the etching with a paint pen, great.
There's just, different reasons for different things, I guess. Yeah, but the reason I love etching is because it doesn't look so like, I don't know what the word would be, like produced, or like it looks very high end. And I always think that it looks like it's been engraved by a machine. And so it looks very professional to me. And because it doesn't have any color, like that's the part that I love about it. It's like very subtle and classy. And that's why I love it so much. Yeah. That's why I love these mirrors so much. Now we're going to have 3 of these floral etched mirrors, which I'm not mad about it. I decorated Tabitha's desk with this one, and these will probably be mine and Lauren's makeup mirrors. I was just thinking this morning, so in our studio we have like a bathroom, and I was like, it's starting to look like we live here because there's like MGL t-shirts and t-shirts that we just bring, or my lotion, there's chapstick, there's claw clips. You guys would not believe how many claw clips are in this studio right now. I know. Like if anybody wants to take a guess, they're everywhere.
My makeup stays here.
Oh yeah, our makeup stays here. So funny. Oh man, if only you guys knew. If only you knew. How many minutes do we have?
5 seconds.
Oh, that was like really fast 5 minutes. Okay. Lauren, will you do me the
honors?
Yeah. Okay, Lauren is going to go rinse this off. Now, she doesn't have to remove the stencil. She can just wash this off without removing the stencil, and then
I'm just going to wash it right here.
Yeah. Totes. Okay. So, the reason I say that Lauren doesn't have to remove the stencil is because if for some reason it doesn't look like it etched well enough, you can always go back in and add more of that etching cream on top of it and then let it sit for a few more minutes and then like rinse it off. So if you've missed a whole spot or something like that, at least you've still got that stencil in there like ready to go. If you wash it off and remove your stencil and you've missed something and you didn't see it, you're not going to have the opportunity. So yeah, leave it on after etching. Yes, Ramona, precisely. Lindsay, 35, question mark. Oh, you're guessing how many claw clips we have. 35 is a good guess. I don't know how many there actually is, but probably 35. And also, whenever y'all etch this, you don't really have to use any soap, but I have used like Dawn Power Wash on it to rinse it off, and it doesn't really have that much of an effect on it. And whenever Lauren brings this in here to me, you guys are going to see how subtle it looks. Like it doesn't even do anything, and I feel like Lauren's looking at it like, did it work? Because every time I etch, I'm like, I don't think it worked, and then I pull it off and I'm like, okay, it worked. Are you skeptical? It worked. I can see it. I can see the frostedness. Yeah. Okay, this is what it looks like.
Paper towels.
Hold on, we gotta go overhead. Okay, we're gonna go overhead so you guys can see this. Okay. So this is what it looks like right now.
I just feel like there's spots in it, and I don't know why.
I know. That's okay. It could be because it's still drying, technically. So we're just gonna pull it off. Oh my gosh! Listen, I gotta take my gloves off. I can't.
I don't know.
You think I should retouch it up?
I would. I don't know. That's why I asked you if you needed paper towels. Let me grab you some paper towels to re-wipe it down.
So we could, I mean, y'all can see what Lauren's talking about. There's like little spots in here, and that's what we were saying about not removing the stencil. But I don't know. So if you like that look, you could be done. But if you wanted to go back and where these light spots are, you can go back in. I'm just going to add a little bit on those. Let's set like a 2-minute timer.
Okay.
We're just going to do a couple more minutes on these random spots. I'm just applying it to the spots where it needs it. And I'm being generous with this so that it's really covering. Okay. I know I took my gloves off. I'm being very careful. Okay. So we'll let, oh, there's a couple. I'm sure this would hurt me to watch someone else try to cover the spots. Because I'll be like, there's a hole. You're missing a hole. You're missing a spot. Okay. We're going to let that sit for 2 minutes and then we're going to rinse it again. And then we're going to peel off the stencil and we will see how it does.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, I'm about to sneeze.
Does anyone have questions so far? We're like at the end. This is pretty much it. If you don't have questions about the project, you can ask us questions about the Deals Week. If you were not here in the beginning of the video, we are running a special on our sublimation course for today only. It's 24 hours. $70 off, no code needed. Lauren dropped the link for you all. This is for our sublimation course. If you're unfamiliar with sublimation, we've got tons of videos talking about it. And if you are familiar and you have been wanting to do the course, today is the day to sign up.
Yep.
So we did every day this week. We are doing a deal that only lasts for 24 hours. This is a very exclusive deal for this week only. So like yesterday we did Inner Circle, which is our, it's like our private coaching program for the crafty sellers that we have, which is amazing. And then we have Maker You coming up and Make-a-thon coming up. So those will be later this week. So make sure you guys are checking your emails because we let you all know when those deals are being posted.
And just a little, I'm about to sneeze again. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Okay. Just a little bit of like insider information for those that are here. Liz asked, is there a course outline? There should be a course outline on the sales page. We go over choosing what printer, like choosing which printer is best for you, setting up that printer, getting your colors and stuff right. I mean, there's so much we go over in the sublimation course. And what I was getting at is if you do purchase the sublimation course today, that is yours forever. And not only that, but you get all of the updates. And if we add more files, you get all of those exclusive files. And y'all, we've been talking about doing an update because sublimation, I think, is gaining traction again, like a lot of traction in the crafting world. So we've been throwing around ideas about maybe even doing another. I know we did an update last year, but y'all know.
I feel like we just did it. I feel like we just
I know, but y'all know that the crafting world is ever changing. So we're talking about adding more and all kinds of stuff.
I said it's a sublimation revival.
It is a sublimation revival.
Because it was so popular like 2021, like the end of 2021, into 22. And then it kind of fell off. Yeah. And like now it's back. And I can tell because we see it all over YouTube. We can see what people are searching for more and things like that. And sublimation.
Christine, yes, if you previously purchased, it is yours forever. If you previously purchased, if you have purchased a course from us, then yes, you have access to it forever.
Yeah. So if you haven't taken it and you have it, you need to go do it.
Yes.
It's so fun. Sublimation is so much fun. Has it been 2 minutes?
It has been 3 minutes.
Okay.
Am I ready to go wash it?
You want to rinse it?
Yeah.
Okay, Lauren's going to rinse it. This is our second rinse. We just let the stencil on. And y'all can tell.
I'm trying to not get my head in the camera.
Y'all can tell the stencil sticks really well. It's going to be a little bit harder for you all to remove if you use permanent vinyl. But you could use like a removable adhesive vinyl and it will work just the same as a stencil vinyl. So I just love stencil vinyl personally. And I use stencil vinyl for lots of things like wood signs, and I used it for etching stainless steel. We use it for that and it works really well. So lots of different options. How'd it do? Is it better?
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Yeah. Also, if you all are curious about sublimation, we did a class, a master class, doing a.
It did do a lot better. I mean, you can see where it touched up. Oh yeah.
Spots. Okay. So
I also think it might be something to do with like
that mirror.
That mirror, because that mirror right there, there's like no
problem. Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with my
your glass stein. So this is the second rinse. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of this very carefully. What I was just saying about sublimation, we did a if you don't have sublimation like setup, like you don't have the ink, the printer and all that, we did a DIY sublimation ink sheets masterclass for our members. If you're a member and you missed that, you should go watch it. It's very fun tutorial. And you don't need a sublimation printer or anything like that. I'll also say, before this is dry, it kind of looks a little like unfinished in some spots, but once it dries completely, it looks much better.
Ramona, I think, has a good point. She said, I've heard that all glass is not created equal, and I think I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I would not doubt that at all. So just make sure you pull off all of these little middle pieces. Okay.
And then once you give it a good wipe down, it will look a lot better too.
Yeah, and you can just, y'all, you can just wipe this. I think there's some etching cream up here at the top.
Well, I tried not to like get it super wet because.
Right. Well, and this is cardboard on the back.
Yeah, that's why.
And it'll dry, because I didn't realize it was cardboard until the last, when I did the first one, and I was like, oh no, I was like, it's cardboard on the back. There's a piece of vinyl right here. Okay. So if it is your final rinse, just make sure you rinse it really good. That way it doesn't go onto like the like the mirrored parts that you don't want etched. You don't want to rub that cream all over. And so I need to clean it better, but this is the final product. And you can see it's still wet in some areas, but yeah, super cute. Okay, what did you guys think? Here are, I'm gonna lay all three of these beside each other so you can get a good idea.
See, it's like that Hobby Lobby mirror did so much better.
Oh, I know. It's like so clean. And I probably did 10 minutes on this one. So this was the first one I ever did. Second one, today's project. So you all can kind of see the differences. These are the same mirror, obviously. We had to do 2 passes to get this result. This was 1 pass for the recommended amount of time. It didn't turn out as good.
Unless you're wanting an antique look.
Yeah, it does look antique, and it's very cute that way. But if you want more of a solid look like this one, you need to leave it on much longer.
10 to 15 minutes.
Yes. So, thoughts, feelings, advice? I don't know. Questions? Anybody? We're right at the top of the hour. We will be live again next Wednesday. I don't remember what the project is. You guys know I never remember until like the day before. But we will be live doing a project with you all next week. So if you're new and you want to be notified, there's a little bell like beneath this video. Just hit the bell, and then every time, if you have your YouTube app on your phone, every time we go live, it'll be like, hey, Maker's Gonna Learn is live. And then you can watch us, which is pretty fun. Dawn is going to the pool. Have fun. Enjoy that. It's raining here, so we won't be in the pool. I was in the lake all weekend. Lauren was also at the lake all weekend, and Tanner and Courtney were at the lake all weekend.
No, I was only there one day.
Lauren was there one day, and she got a severe eye infection.
My plan was to be there all weekend. I was there one day.
Yeah, she got, that East Tennessee lake water in her eyeball, I think.
Yeah. We don't know. I got a lot of things in my eyeball at one time.
We don't know what happened.
It was a combination of a lot of things in my eyeball at one time, and it was then a swollen shut eyeball.
She's okay, though.
I'm good now.
She's good now. She survived. Oh, love it. Okay, well, we will see you all in the next one. If you are still wanting to sign up for Sublimation, we have the link pinned at the top for you all. And If you're still unsure, this goes for 24 hours. So think about it for like maybe an hour, and then get the course.
Yep.
So we will see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.